Hi everyone. Now I'm going to share some basic things about constructor and destructor in C++. Agenda of the session is first we will see about introduction, next constructor and what are the types in constructor and destructor and what is the difference between constructor and destructor, and finally the conclusion about the session. First, we will get introduction about constructor and destructor. We have several member functions to create an object. Initialization, copy of destructor, copy and destroy for class. But constructor and destructor are most important method of this. It is differ from normal member function. How? Now we will see what is that and how it is differ from other member function. First we will see what is constructor. A constructor is nothing but it is a special member function of the class and it is used to initialize the object. Why it is known as a special member function? Because a class name and the constructor name are same. So it is differ from the other member function. So we are saying that it is a special member function. Why we have named as a constructor? Because it constructs the value of data member of the class. So why it is called as a constructor. How constructor is differ from a normal member function? A constructor name and class name should be the same. Already I said that constructor name and class name should be the same, right? But constructor does not have a return type. We have seen other member functions with return type. We have declarer member functions like int calculate. So int means it have a return type. But we are declaring constructor by the constructor name only. So it does not have any return type. At the same time, constructor called itself when the object is created. This is a different. So why the constructor differ from the normal member function. Next, we will see what are the types of the constructor. The constructors are derived into three types. They are default constructor, parameterized constructor, copy constructor. First, we will see about default constructor. A default constructor is nothing but it does not take any arguments or it executes without no parameter. So it is known as a default constructor. We can define the constructor within the class. Here I have given the syntax. First I define the class name. Within the class I have defined the constructor without any arguments. So it is known as a default constructor. We will see this by example. In this example, I already said that class name and constructor name should be the same. Here my class name is calc. So as like that my constructor name also calc. So my class name and constructor name is same. While here I have created the constructor. Here I declare my variable, that means member function, in the private access specifier. Private access specifier means this member variable does not access outside of the class. So now I want to access this val variable in main function. How it is possible? For that only I have created the object, that means instance of the class. So it acts as an object. By using this object I can access this variable. I have created this object in public access specifier. So public means I can access from anywhere. So I can declare my constructor in public. So why? I can access this val variable to this main function. When I am calling this variable c1.val, on that time it goes to this constructor and access this variable by value as 20. So now the output will be the 20. Next we are going to discuss about parameterized constructor. In default constructor it does not take any argument, but in parameterized constructor it passes the argument to constructor and initialize an object when it is created. So syntax for this parameterized constructor also same as default constructor, but here I have passed my argument, that means parameter, inside the constructor. So it is known as the parameterized constructor. We will see by the same example with minor difference. Here I have passed my constructor with argument, that is int x. So this x value is stored in x value is stored to the val variable. So here I have created my object to this class. So when I am creating this creating the object, on that time I pass my parameter value as 10. So here I calling c1.val. So here I am calling this function. So here I didn't declare any function, so I am calling by using variable. So c1.val means it goes to this variable variable. Val variable means it is in private, so I cannot access here. So instead of this I have created this constructor, parameterized constructor. So this val variable will access by this value. So x means this 10 goes to this, go and stored in int x. So now x value is 10. So this 10 will be stored in the val. Whenever I am calling this val variable, on that time it will goes to here and displays the output as 10. This is a parameterized constructor. Next we will see the copy constructor. A copy constructor is nothing but it is a member function which initializes an object by using the another object of the same class. So it is known as a copy constructor. It is a copy of another constructor. So it is known as a copy constructor. Next we will see destructor. What is destructor? A destructor is nothing but it destroys the object. That means delete an object. So when is destructor created? The destructor function is called automatically when the function gets end or the program gets end or a block of the local variables get end. When it's all gets end, the destructor will automatically called. Next we will see how destructor are differ from a normal member function. A destructor name and class name should be the same, but it preceding by a tilde symbol. It is also same like constructor, but constructor does not have any symbol, but destructor have a tilde symbol to identify the destructor. Destructor does not take any argument or return type anything. The syntax for destructor, we want to define the destructor inside the class by using this tilde symbol. So here I declare the destructor within the class. We can see with the example. In this example, when the constructor is called, it print a, hey look, I am a constructor. After that, that function will get end by the print the statement function main is terminated. When the function main is terminated, automatically it goes to the destructor. Destructor will deallocate the memory consumed by the CC1. That means it is a object for the constructor. So it deallocate all the consumed memory and then destructor is called and print the statement, hey look, I'm in destructor. So this is what destructor. Next we will see what is the difference between constructor and destructor. First difference between constructor and destructor is, constructor is a initialization of the object. It initializes the object of the class, but the destructor destroys the object. Second difference is, it declare as a class name. If constructor need any argument means it pass the argument, but destructor declare as a class name without any argument, but it declare with the symbol of tilde symbol. Third difference is, it call when object is created, but destructor call when object is deleted. Fourth difference is, constructor allocate the memory, but the destructor deallocate the memory. Constructor can be overloaded, but destructor cannot be overloaded. We can declare a multiple constructor inside the class, but we cannot declare multiple destructor inside the class. We can declare only one, that means single destructor in a class. So this is a difference between constructor and destructor. That's all about constructor and destructor. Now I'm going to conclude this session. In this session, I have discussed that constructor is nothing but it is used to initialize the object and destructor is used to destroy the object. There are three types of constructor. They are default constructor, parameterized constructor and copy constructor. And we have some difference between constructor and destructor. This is what we learned in this session. I think it is useful to learn basic about the constructor and destructor. So I conclude this session. Thank you. Thank you for your patience to listen my lecture in this session. Thank you.